Hello and welcome to the Tabletop, and today I have a fun battle report versus. I have a fun battle report for you, and it is the Axis versus the Allies, and it is a game where we played one newcomer. Like BoltACtion is expanding. I don't know why, but a lot of people in our club are converting to this game or always wanted to try it out, and it's like many people are starting to game. And so the new player is Steve, and a friend of mine, Mario, gave his German force 1,500 points, as you can see here. And I took the white dice, and Steve took the gray dice, and we played against the forces of Great Britain, led by General Berkan, and the forces of Russia, here by a good friend, General Michel. And yeah, 750 points for everyone so that we wouldn't have to play forever. And let's go into the list. As you can see, we're playing, we rolled a random mission and we got the good old top secret. So this is the scenery. It's a beautiful town in French or somewhere in the Ostfront. And the mission, we rolled the mission and it was top secret. So you have to get this suitcase, briefcase. And as you can see, the map is beautifully made. And here we said it stands terrain. So behind this green you can see much more. And we rolled for top secret. We rolled for first wave, and what else? Yeah. Beautiful map, beautiful. In German, this is called Panzersperre. I placed them there. And it was pretty stupid to place them there because it kind of blocked our game. But that's what Panzersperren should do. They block the roads for panzers. And yeah, so we have our beautiful scenery, just amazing. You can take these houses apart, you can put them together, you can form ruins. I love this fountain. I call it the Fountain of Death because if people stay here, something terrible happens, at least in BoltACtion. And yeah, it's just a beautiful map. It's not super symmetrical, but we are like golfers. We play it as it lays, or the way it lays. So the German forces are 1,500 points, and they are split in two halves. And I'm kind of assisting Steve because he's the new player, and Mario wanted to play the game, but he got sick, so he came in that day and just watched the game. But he had written the list, and I said, "Okay, come on, I played." So we have a new player, and it strengthens also our community. And we got a Panzer III, not a Panzer Ace. We got a Stu 42 with a howitzer and a Schürzen. We got this one's very, very cool. It's the Stummel with the howitzer, like amazing. Then we got this beautiful motorcycle bike, and as you can see, tons of troops. These ones are with theoretical with assault guns, and they are veterans and fanatics. And these ones, wait a second, these are with MP40s, and these ones are with Sturmgewehr 42. And these ones are regular 8-man dudes with one LMG and a loader. And as you can see, beautifully painted by Mario. I really truly love how he does his things, and it was an honor for me to play with his army. And again, Steve or Stefan joined. He came, like, he plays a lot of 40k, and he also plays Black Powder. And yeah, he's now playing BoltACtion, and he got himself also some German forces, which he's assembling. As you can see here, nothing new. A couple of officers, they have just rifles, a mortar. Like, we're playing pretty basic stuff, so that it doesn't get complicated. And I should finish to paint my minis. Yeah, because they kind of pale a bit in comparison to Mario's ones, but I will get there. So this one is amazing, and I should note the motorcycle I guess, counts as a armored car. We were kind of disputing if it is infantry or an armored car, and if you could pick up with this thing the briefcase, the suitcase, and win the mission. Yeah, kind of beautiful minis, all beautifully painted. I have to, yeah, kind of copy a bit of that when I finish these guys. And yeah, tons of LMGs in here, the beautiful camouflage for our elites. And yeah, and then we come to the British forces, and here the British forces, British forces. Mario took his trusty bishop, now colored, and I think it looks amazing. It is a 3D print, and it is, I think, an 8+ tank, and you can shoot with this guy a light anti-tank or a light mortar, I think, a light howitzer, yeah, which should be HE2. And then he got his SIS Recce Jeep with improved armored front and I think an HMG, an MMG, and an LMG in the back. And then the truck that will change up the whole game. It will be also discussed how you play the wreckage rules. Then we got good old Colonel McNiven, and then his trusty SIS and Commandos. I think these are these are Commandos, these are SIS, these are Gurkhas. A pretty heavy elite force, as you can see. The Piat, as always, and here the general. And here we got the Russian forces led by Michel, which I played Black Powder a few days earlier than that. And beautiful Russian forces. I think he brings two troops of irregular dudes. No, wait, they're even green. I have to say, dear Warlord Games and dear community, let me know what you think about the new green rule. Was it too strong when it's upgraded on a 5 and a 6? Because I think the way it is now, that it only upgrades on a 6, I think it's too weak. Probably. And then, spoiler alert, Michel will roll 2 ones and get d6, and they will go down and take the bins. And I don't know. I don't see, like, I don't know. I just liked it more when it was on a 5 up, but maybe it was too strong. So let me know what you think about the green rule. As you can see, a couple of light mortars. Light mortars are super strong right now. Beautifully painted minis. It wants me want to buy Russians. And here he brings 2 teams of engineers with body armor. They are slow. They only move on only 6 inches. And in each team there is a flamer. And spoiler alert, those flamers in point blank will just roll once, and that for 3 times. But these guys, they die only on a 6, so they're even tougher than veterans. They're amazing, but they are slow. And then, as you can see, pretty basic stuff, and I like it. A commander for the heavy weapons platoon, an MMG, a medium mortar, and a spotter. And here, this is the briefcase, and it lies in the middle of the board. And I position my first spotter to look to look to the opposite side of the street, and on the opposite side of the street, the enemy artillery officer is taking a look at the German forces. The Soviet forces put their guy in the building, but I thought he would put him up in the building, and that's okay. And the German sniper is really far away from everything, and this time he's in cover, out of line of sight, and out of reach, which is a new approach. And the first turns he won't do much, but then he will shine once he's got into position. So I put down, I get the first dice, and I run in with my MMG team to maybe shoot at the enemy artillery observer and to harass that guy. And Gurkhas jump into the map. I think they take a run order, and again, it's turn 1. Stev place his first dives of the game, and he's dialing in on the enemy artillery. No, wait a second. He's dialing in on the enemy spotter. That's what he's doing. So he wants to smoke out the enemy spotter, so that the Russians are a bit blind. And yeah, we're just having fun. As you can see, it is a cool Saturday, and we're all there to have some fun. It's not a competitive game, but yeah, everybody's playing. So these dudes come in and they shoot, and I think they need a lucky 6, and they hit my MMG team on a 6, and one dude dies. So I just have 2 guys left, and they are now dialed in on a 2. So that's pretty bad. The Russian mortar comes in and has some fun. And again, this is the map. And here the German forces are entering on this table edge, and the British and the Russian forces are entering on this. And here's the objective. You gotta grab it, and you gotta run off the table edge or your table edge. I don't know that. On the opposite side, the Russian MMG team is taking his position, and I advance in with the Stummel. In this Stummel, there are 6 men with MP40s. So, but I come in and I take a shot, and I think I take a shot at Commandos, and I don't know why I don't have a picture of it, but I think I come in, I take a shot, I roll a lucky 5, and the Commandos ran in 12 inches, so they couldn't go down, and I think they took 3 casualties or something like that. Because of that, no wait, this is our dice. This is our another German enters, like Steve commands this guy, and this is funny. Like he comes in on this flank. This is the left flank, and is looking through the door, through the open door at the SIS Jeep that has a reinforced front. And as you can see, here is our sniper. So this guy advances, shoots. Here you can see the paratroopers that I kind of smoked with the Hummel. And I run in with an officer to maybe snap to and do shenanigans on this flank. We have 3 officers, so we kind of put them on the left, on the right, and in the middle. So we have always officers to boost our morale. And that's pretty important, really important. Without officers, pins will lose you the game. Again, everything is advancing in. We have 4 of these infantry squadrons, and we're running them 1 on each flank and 1 in the middle. And then I come in with my tank, because as you can see, like right here, the artillery strike will come down, and I think, okay, who gives a crap? Let's light this guy up, and let's push the middle. Let's put some heavy armor there. And as you can see, it gets responded immediately, but the Bishop has just an 8+ armor. He has a light anti-tank gun, a light howitzer, and so the range and the penetration doesn't really do the job. But yeah, he's defending the British middle, and as you can see, this is how it looks right now. A bunch of dudes here, I think Russian, inexperienced. Here the paratroopers took some hits, and here light mortars, and this guy will shine. And our sniper doesn't do anything right now. But yeah, we're just setting up the pieces, and again, we're having tons of fun just playing, rolling dice. And yeah, I think the Jeep puts a few pins on this guy, and no wait, the light mortar has dialed in on my Stummel, and he has hit me, and yeah, that's not so good. And so the Russians are flooding the board, and we're kind of setting up everything, and then this guy comes in. And because we were thinking about Krautschützen, somebody said, hey, Krautschützen, or in German, Krautschützen, are infantry. So you can run with this thing, and because we started on a road, this thing could advance 24 inches. So we could advance to the middle of the board and just grab the objective. And next turn, if we had the dice, which would be pretty stupid, but we just could drive off the table and win the game. Turn 2. But then Berkan said, wait a second, I don't think you can do that. I think the MMG team goes into the armored car slot, so maybe this is an armored car. We have to find out, but we came to the conclusion that this is not infantry, and so infantry, if it's not infantry, you can't pick up the briefcase. But there it was now. It had picked it up, and it was about to be turn 2 in a second. Yeah. What Berkan and the Allied side did in response, he drove in his truck in desperation. I think 12. Wait a second. Wheeled is 12 inches. So he came in 12 inches. Then he advanced out 6 inches with these guys with SMGs. And it's, I think, 1, 2, 6 guys with SMGs firing into point blank, I guess. And those are 12 hits. And so I think they smoke the MMG bike and it just dies. Or wait a second, no. They don't get, they just pin it up, but they don't roll a 6. So it is soft skinned, but no 2 wound roll hits a 6. And so we're really hammering it home that we want the middle, and Steve comes in with his Panzer III and takes a shot at whatever is down the road. As you can see, the door is now closed, and we said if we advance through the door, you could close the door, and we wanted to block the line of sight towards the Jeep. I don't know why Steve did it, but I wanted him to enjoy the game, so we let him do it. So the sniper advanced into not such a great position, but he closed the door. The Russian green stuff. The Russian green infantry got a few pins here and there, and I think the mortar had some fun, and the Russians were kinda advancing towards the objective with all of their numbers, and as you can see, beautiful, like a Russian horde, 12 here, 12 there. I mean, it is pretty epic. I think one day soon I need to get myself some Russians. So it's turn 2 now. What's gonna happen? As you can see, artillery comes down. I think he rolls a 6, so artillery comes in, and this guy gets 4 pins. Nothing gets hit with a 6, so that's pretty lucky. So we take the pins in our face because we play Germans and we don't care. So that's okay. But I think before those guys get the hits, I think in turn 1, I forgot to say this, I think this guy killed the artillery observer with his 4 shots, and it's amazing. So now something is shooting at this guy, and here's the middle of the board, and we just go down and hide behind the church. And British SIS are storming towards the middle, and the Panzer III just gives an order, so balls to the walls. We have an officer nearby. I have to check how the rules are. Can I use the officer's bonus for a Panzer? I think yes. But I think I can only use the command vehicle's bonus for another vehicle. So the Panzer says shoot, and he's shooting. Yeah, what is he shooting? That's a good question. I think at this point he's trying to shoot the truck. And no, I think he's trying to shoot the bishop with the main gun because he's hitting on a 3, and he's putting his MMG on the truck. But no 6s, and I think here maybe a pin, or I don't know if he hits it. And so Berkan activates, and he does the following. He takes the truck, he puts it as a line of sight blocking and also as a kind of a road block in the middle of the street, as you can see here. We can not advance with our tanks. Maybe you can run here with infantry. And in the line of sight blocking, he advances his general out of the middle, like right here, and picks up the briefcase and runs a few inches. Like pretty epic move. I don't know if he can do it that way, but he said if you advance from here to there and on the way there's the briefcase, you can pick it up. So now we're in big trouble because the allies have the briefcase and I think everything is firing. As you can see, I'm activating the white dice. I don't even care. I don't want to rally. I just wanna fire. And yeah, no general anymore. We got that sucker, and he bites the dust. And then I think as you can see, I got 3 pins, and I'm also thinking about rallying. But I think, yeah, man, screw rallying. So I roll a double 1, lose all the pins, and yeah, we'll see. The Russians, they go into the building. This is near the center, so they claim a building, as you can see here. The Stummel also advanced forward to harass these guys, and as you can see, pretty full buildings here and there, and also, yeah, epic stuff going on. But we have also a lot of manpower. I mean, we have 2 tanks, but we brought a lot of manpower. And the Russian engineers are right now outflanking, but they can come only in on turn 3. So let me see what else. Yeah, we're kind of bombarding, or Steve is bombarding the building with his medium mortar, and we're shooting at the building with MMGs. As you can see, they take pins, and no, wait, I think they take a casualty, and because they take a casualty, they have to roll the green test, and he rolls a 1, so they go down and get D6 pins, and he gets 4 pins or something like that, or 3 pins, like pretty bad, and they are dialed in because we're shooting with our mortar, I think the medium mortar, at the building. And you could either shoot the building and take 2 dice, and if you roll a 10 or more, the building is destroyed and everything inside it. But we're not using that because I think with a medium mortar, it's a bit hard with only 2 dice to get on a 10 plus. So if we had maybe a heavy mortar, you get 3 d6s and then you got to roll a 10 plus, and that's way easier. So shooting in on that, it's turn 3, and now the Piat runs out of the building, out of the ruin, advances towards the Stummel, shoots at the Stummel. In German, it's called Stummel. Destroys the Stummel, and these guys have to disembark, but they take no damage, luckily, but they have to go down and they get additional pins, which is pretty bad. I didn't put these guys on ambush because I was too greedy. I wanted to shoot with my 36 inches the enemy Russian medium mortar, and so I didn't put him on ambush, which was pretty stupid. And so these guys just show up here. They come from outflank. They roll on their morale. They are morale 10, and so -1 from outflank. But they make the 9, and they come in. They advance into point blank, and they flame my units in the face. And the flamer rolls a 1, but then rolls a 3, so it doesn't hit. And then I get a bunch of SMG shots in my face, and that's not good. But my people kind of, yeah, they hold the line. So the German anti-tank rifle advances and takes a shot at the Jeep, but I think doesn't hit it. And the Jeep takes a shot in point blank at my veterans. I don't know really what's going to happen. I think I lose 2 guys. But I have still 4 guys with 3 pins. And these guys take a casualty. As you can see, they take a pin marker. And then we'll see if they will upgrade or if they go down or if nothing happens. And Michel rolls again a 1, and they go down and receive D6 3 pins and D6 pins, and they get like 5 pins or something like that. Like Michael is really struggling to roll good dice. All he's rolling are ones. And so the German player that I am, I snap 2, and with the Germans it's always a snap 4. So I snap the motorbike, I snap this guy with just 1 wound and 2 pins, I snap the Stug and the officer. And what will I do? I think I activate everything just because it's fun. And the motorbike races towards this corner. It goes like here around, and he shoots, like he comes in like right here, and he shoots at the Piat in point blank, and I think he destroys that Piat team. So no Piat team anymore. The MMG activates, and I don't know, I shoot just at units down here or put some pins at the people in the house, and the officer runs towards the building so that he can support maybe the pinned up troops in the front. So Stark, I think, might go down. No, I don't know. But at one point he goes down 4.5 inches. But yeah, that's what happens. So in the middle, as you can see, we have enough manpower. So boots on the ground, very important, and they are kind of pressuring the enemies in the buildings, and we're facing down against infantry, unexperienced infantry, and some Gurkhas that are hiding right in this building. And as you can see, everything here is pinned up, but the enemy, the allies, they have the suitcase. So they're kind of trying to extract it with these commandos, and they have 2 pins, and everything's just trying to defend that suitcase. And as you can see in the middle, the truck is just blocking the road and line of sight, and these guys get even more pins. But they just don't care. They just keep on going. So this guy, hero of the day at the end of the battle. And as you can see, we're staying out of the ruins. So this gives us light of sight blocking right now, because we're not in the ruin, we're behind the ruin. And in this building, behind this door, there are 6 Gurkhas just waiting to attack. And as you can see here, this truck doing a lot of work for these guys, and also how do you call it, like tank Panzersperren. They are doing also a lot of work. And yeah, what else? This is the view from even, yeah, from the bird's eye view. And in all of these rounds, we have taken our sniper and we have run him up the bell tower. And now he's in a magnificent, in a superb position. Down in the streets, these guys are advancing to light up these guys, and as you can see, the Gurkhas are ready. But we need to pressure the enemy. We cannot let him get away with the secret briefcase, suitcase, and Gurkhas are now taking the lead. And yeah, our sniper is in the bell tower. This is what he can see, and that's really good, because now he can put the pressure on everything he can see. He can see the officers, he can see the light mortar, but most important of all, he can see this squadron, and that's where he will put his pins on. So again, fire orders from this flank. Advancing Germans, we're putting on the pressure, but the enemy is trying to hold the line. Russians everywhere, but they have problems activating. And now from the other flank, the other Russian engineer teams comes in, and we have there a troop on ambush, as you can see. This is always good. And Steve uses, I think the MMG is the only thing that can reach it, but he pins them up, and I think they flame an officer or something like that. So now it's turn 4, and things are getting pretty dicey, pretty hot. As you can see here, the truck's still alive. Nobody killed it, but because the thing was this: if we would kill the truck with anything, the rules say the truck will be a wreck. And if it's a wreck, we can't move through it or see through it with the tanks. And so we kind of went for maybe house rules. We said if we blow the truck up with an anti-tank gun, then there will be no or little debris, so we take it off. And if we're shoot it with like infantry or something else with an MMG, then there will be a wreckage. And yeah, it blocked line of sight. It blocked our ability to freely charge or shoot at these guys. And let me know what you think about the wreck rules, the wreckage rules. And we were trying to shoot it with an anti-tank gun from, for example, the Panzer III. And the Panzer III would have hidden this guy on a 3-up, and he missed 2 times. I think one time he rolled a 1, one time he rolled a 2. Yeah, so pretty bad luck, or maybe bad odds. What can I say? And yeah, this is what's happening right now. Again, the Panzer III shoots, and I think the big gun goes into the bishop, or maybe the big gun goes into this one, but I think we miss again. So that's the story I was kind of telling. We'll keep on missing with the AT gun because we want to blow this thing up and have clear line of sight and clear passage towards the guys. I was also thinking, is there something that I can blow up obstacles, or is there something that I can ram with a tank? Another obstacle would be nice, but maybe not. So this guy's getting pins. This guy with just one guy alive with several pins is just firing away at the enemy. The commander really buffing this guy's morale, and as you can see, we're just putting on pins, pinning them down, holding them down, and pressuring now, shooting the Gurkhas at point blank or hosing them down with our with whatever we have with MMGs. And then I drive with my MMG bike into point blank to shoot up these guys, and now the following happens. Berkan takes off a wound, and he takes off this wound, and now I'm in closer proximity to the truck, and now the truck just explodes. Or the driver just abandons it. So we tried so hard not to make this thing a wreckage, and now it's a wreckage. And yeah, the Gurkhas charge. These guys, they are veterans with assault rifles. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Gurkhas against 6, but they halve their attacks, and I think they just eat up the fanatics. And yeah, the Gurkhas just survive with 4 men and 2 pins. A pretty brutal fight. And this is how it looks in the middle. As you can see, pretty good line of sight blocking thing right here, and just amazing. So the game is not going in our favor, but the Allied are also not moving. As you can see, these guys are pinned down. He's trying the best to order to run them off, but they go down. Like with 4 pins, yeah, they go down. You could rally them, but they would get pins then again. And yeah, I don't know. Why did I make this picture? And so, yeah, Gurkhas. These guys run into the building on the edge and just shoot into point blank through the ruins and delete the Gurkhas from the battlefield. And now it is turn 5. And the SIS truck advances around the church and lights up an officer. And the officer is probably gone. And here we're dialed in on a 2, shooting at the house with the inexperienced Russians. And yeah, as you can see, I think we hit a lot of them go, and then they go away. They fail their morale test, and so they flee. The Germans advance into these buildings where the Gurkhas were, and just light up the units that can maybe probably grab the briefcase. And my guys got rallied, or I think I lost a few pins, and they just take a run order towards the jeep and kill it. Yeah, yeah, they got 4 pins. They just I had an officer nearby, and they just made it. So good stuff. The Panzer III has enough. He now advances forward and tries to do whatever he can to maybe take out the bishop and light up the troops right here, or light up some troops here upstairs. And as you can see, they go down, they take a casualty, and the Russian engineers are really trying to delete our back line, but our back line is not as important in this mission because we're all running towards the objective, but they are doing great work. And in the middle, I advance 2 with my Stu 42, and it's now turn 6. And as you can see, here we are, not much ground gained. And as you can see, 1, 2, 4 pins on these guys, getting thinner, and nothing left in this building, not even the building anymore. And we're trying to advance in this direction, but the officer with 2 MPs is on ambush. And yeah, it's pretty hard. So turn 5. Yeah, what can I say? My Stuk takes a shot at these guys. They go down, and then sniper shoots at them from the bell tower and takes out another commando. And we're chipping away at the Allies. But the flank veterans, Russian veterans with body armor are closing in on us, but they're pretty slow. They can move just 6 inches. And what else? As you can see here, dialed in on a 4. And our German light mortar, the first dice of the game, is now trying to contest the briefcase. He ran all the way up here, I think from turn 3 onwards, and the bishop takes a shot at the Panzer III with a light AT gun and just destroys it. Like, can happen. There it goes, the Panzer III. And so our troops close in, but this guy closes off the line of sight. They are pinned down. They, I think, went down last turn and left the down order on them so they would clear all of their pins and could move freely away. And now we're closing in with everything we have to the middle, to the board. It's turn 6, and it's not turn 6, it's turn 7. And as you can see now, a few close combats. And who's gonna win? Yeah, the German fanatics won the battle with just 1 guy left, and the Commandos took a run order. They didn't take a fire order. They took a run order, and this is how far they got. They are missing a few inches to the border of the table edge, and here this is a handshake for GG. And this is the last picture, and it's a draw, but it was a fun game. I think we played around 6 hours or so, but with eating, talking, fun banter, and it was a pretty cool game. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if I can do something cool for you in the future, and we see us.